Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds. Michael, Kristin, and I are here for a special supplemental podcast to go with our last watch through. We're doing our top 20 episodes. So as you've seen, we have had top 14. Was supposed to be top 10, then went to top 14. And now we just want to round out that ranking list with a top 20 moving forward, maybe rearrange some things. So
I mean, we're thinking of 6 seasons here, 121 episodes. Top 10 was like almost physically impossible. I even said to Michael, I was like, honestly, we should be doing a top 30, but we will cap it at 20. But yes, it was.
Let's do it. Let's do a top 100.
Oh God.
Right, and just like there's only the 21 that we don't need in there. It's fine.
Can we just say as well, can you hear that sound of silence of not being shouted at about John Locke? Oh, it's so sweet.
It's so
What's
beautiful.
missing? Oh yeah. Hi Kevin. You are what? A sacrifice the island demanded.
Darn.
I'll miss Kevin's horrible takes.
He has horrible takes, so we don't need him. It's totally fine.
I warn.
I did come locked and loaded, so I'm prepared to fight for my episodes. But I think that there's going to be some that are going to align.
Perfect. Yeah.
I'm very curious how it's going to align, because I think I was saying to Jake before we started, when we have 6 to round out the top 20, I picked my 6 episodes in honestly less than 30 seconds. I
did too. Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam.
See, I also read wrong. I thought we were picking 8 to fill the slick slots. So I have 8 that I'm coming here. So they're just there for discussion. But I didn't put them in any order. So because I was like, we're all going to discuss that. So
yeah,
I think we have to like agree on the episode and then put it in the order.
Yeah. So I can pull up the list as we have it right now, and we can discuss along with that. So, okay. So this is our top 14 as we have it right now. So yeah. Who wants to go first for trying to add an episode into this?
I know which one you're going to say, Kristin, so go on and say it.
Well, no, I think there's going to be one that is an easy, like, let's just rip the Band-Aid off before we start fighting. I feel like this episode, you mentioned it already, Michael. It's one of your favorites. I think that we were, like, shocked that we weren't putting it in the top 10 when it was top 10. 23rd Psalm. Like, you already brought it up. So I feel like there's no fighting there. It's got to go on.
Yeah, I have 23rd Psalm on my list of 6 as well.
Okay, so we all have
23rd
it.
Psalm? Should we have, like, should we write them down and then we can discuss the like ordering once we have our 6 that we agree on?
Yeah, I can put them like underneath the list.
Yeah, just as like a.
But so don't worry, I've got a few that you're gonna not agree with. It's fine.
I'm surprised, Kristin. So the episode I was expecting you to say is an episode that absolutely should be in there, even though it's going to make Kristin so happy, and that is Confidence Man.
Oh.
When we talk about Sawyer, like that episode with the reveal of Sawyer as the con man, that is like iconoclast. The scene of Sawyer and Kate at the tree, their first kiss, albeit, twisting her arm. Jack and Saeed resorting to Lord of the Flies behavior and torturing Sawyer for the information, withholding the inhalers that he didn't actually have from poor Shannon, who just wanted to breathe, which Kristin wasn't happy about. Like, that is a fantastic episode.
No, so Confidence Man was out of my 8 that should have apparently been 6, because I knew one of you guys would put it. But I was close to putting Confidence Man in there, but I was like, I could argue these other ones too. So I was like, so I don't hate that one. Okay. One that you all are going to hate, but I was very, very, very adamant about this when we were filming it. And if you guys can remember, it's Raised by Another. I think that is that is the first time that we figure out that Ethan is not Ethan. Like, he isn't like, what? Like, that's the ending of like, he wasn't on the plane. Plus, we find out, like, there's so much that's intuitive, like, did he know the plane was going to crash? Like, there's so much that goes into it, plus all the emotion that Emily De Ravine gives. I'm 100% going to fight for Raised by Another.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, getting a Claire centered episode, and yeah, the Ethan stuff is pretty crazy. I remember my reactions at the time to Ethan all of a sudden appearing and then it being revealed he's a psycho. So
Right, like he wasn't on the plane. That was like we got left there. Like, wait, what?
yeah,
It is
it's
a very
pretty
good
crazy.
cliffhanger to a perfectly okay episode.
I think it was better than okay, but I know that I'll have to do some fighting on that one, and that's okay.
Yeah. So I had 23rd Psalm on there, as I said. Another episode I want to bring up here is Numbers. I mean, we talk about the numbers so much.
Ooh.
It is a really fun episode. It's a Hurley episode. We get to kind of find out like what the meaning behind these numbers are, and like just to kind of hear that for the first time, I remember, and then we bring it up every single recap since then. So I think Numbers has to be in the conversation at least.
It's funny because when I was looking at my top 8, that again should have been top 6, and then like the top 8 or the top 10 were Confidence Man and Numbers. So it's funny those were like the two, because they were hard here. They were hard, but not. I knew that there were ones that you guys wouldn't necessarily think of, so I wanted to bring them to the table anyway. So
To quote John Locke, this is going to be more complicated than we thought. I hadn't even considered Numbers. It's a fantastic episode, like 100%. I definitely think it's a much better suggestion than Raised by Another. Good job,
oh
Jay.
my god.
Oh my god.
So I think I'm gonna to calm the tension, I'm gonna put one out there that I don't think anyone is gonna disagree with. It's an episode that clung in there for a long time. It sucked it, made its way out of the top 10. The Other 48 Days.
I had that one too.
The Other 48 Days is such an iconic lost episode. The fast-paced flash through the Other 48 Days of the tail section survivors, everything they went through, and this kind of ramping up of the tension leading to the tragic death of Shannon, which we all mourned with broken hearts.
Yay!
Like this is such a good episode. So good.
Really
Yeah, I had this one too. Like everything you said, Michael. Like I just remember, I thought it was really cool at the time, just getting to see a flashback to what was going on the other side of the island with the other people that we didn't get to see. So I really enjoy this episode.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those episodes where it's like at first, like when this crashes, like what about everybody else on the plane, right? Like you think about that with the very first episode, and then you get so like vested in our characters, right? And then so to get this whole like another storyline, it was I loved the Other 48 Days.
I just want to say, what about everyone else on the plane, Kristin? Who cares?
I mean, they're only Shannon. Okay, another one that I know is going to be like it was in our top for a while, but then of course we get into another season and things like that, and it's just because of another reveal. I'm happy to let it go, but it definitely needs to be talked about. In translation.
Oh.
Because this is like the big reveal that Sun has like heard, like understood English this entire time. Yeah. Like that's a huge reveal in that episode. We get more of the inside of why Jin and her are not like that whole relationship. Plus, I think it's a key component to see just how far Jin has grown.
Yeah.
I think that it's like a major stepping stone worthy of being talked about. If it doesn't make it in there, I'm okay with it. But I think it should be worthy of a chat.
Yeah.
I will say, so I had like kind of in my periphery to at least bring up in conversation House of the Rising Sun. I think it's difficult. I'm kind of forgetting exactly which Sun and Jin episode it is. I do think one of them in that early run of the show in terms of Sun and Jin's relationship. Remind me. So which one was which?
In translation is the one where Jin goes and beats the crap out of Michael, and then at the very end she's like, "Stop it! He didn't take your watch," and everybody's like, "Whoa, you speak English?"
Oh,
yeah.
I was thinking that was House of the Rising Sun. Okay, yeah, I think from memory we had in translation as higher than House of the Rising Sun, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I might be
Because
mixing up.
I just remember we were fighting so hard for a long time. Like House of the Rising Sun was one of those episodes
So
where
then
we
maybe
were like
that is that
trying
one
to
because
keep.
I remember that one being in there too for a long time. So maybe I'm mixing. Hold on,
Yeah.
we're gonna look it up. We're gonna make sure we're getting the right one here.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I think it is interesting looking back. I'm sure on a rewatch of like looking back and seeing how far Jen has come from who he was before. So
You are correct.
It
I
is.
wrote the wrong one down. It should be House of the. So you can get rid of in translation. It was
oh,
supposed to
okay.
be inside. So yes,
Yeah. Like I remember for a long time, it really stuck with me. The House of the Rising Sun
Yeah.
was one that we were always trying to fight to keep in the top 10 to the point where I
Yeah,
think
I
House of the
was just
Rising Sun was
thinking.
the first time that we suggested that maybe we extend the top 10 because we were fighting so hard to keep it
Right.
around.
No, and that I was just thinking in my head, like in translation was when it was like because of the title. But yes, no, you are correct. That is the right one. So yes, ignore my in translation one.
Yeah. Another episode that I wanted to bring up. I think this one, this is a special episode because we did have Kason on as well. I'm gonna go with the hunting party. Light 'em up because that's just an iconic moment as well as Tom, aka Zeke, coming with the rest of the others and like yeah, with the light 'em up moment is just so iconic and memorable. So
Yeah, I had that on my list as well. Just because I mean, our first like really look at the others, like we like obviously we had Ethan and we had like the raft situation, but this is like the first time we're like they're like really like addressing them, like do not cross this line. There's way more of us. Like we see everything you're doing. Like this was kind of the initial showdown of like we've got you surrounded. Like you better behave kind of situation, and it was like, oh, this is a big problem. This is a
Yeah.
huge problem for our people.
And there's also some really fun Jack and Locke dynamics within that episode, like Jack just being, all guns blazing, stubborn as hell. We're going for this, and accusing Locke despite him being the tracker and helping them, accusing Locke of not caring. Screw you, Jack. Locke was caring in that situation. So I love the Jack and Locke dynamic within that episode as well. Yeah, this was. I think that ending, that scene with Zeke, again, like iconic lost moment for sure.
Yeah, you definitely always think of like light them up. That's like when you think of Lost, there set things in motion, and light them up was like that was iconic.
yeah.
I think in isolation, like for sure, the only thing that I think it falls away for me is just I know people love Tom. I love Tom. Tom Friendly, super nice guy. I personally don't like the change in character that we get for Tom. So like when I look back at Zeke in that moment, I don't even recognize that guy as Tom.
Yeah.
Like it's so disconnected to me. Like I
Yeah.
wish they'd kept that kind of like scariness that Tom had. Like he was our main other until we get to Ben.
But
I
see,
think it's a weird change. I've never liked it.
I somewhat agree with you, but somewhat also don't disagree with you is because we were so fearful of Zeke for so long. We're like, oh my gosh, this guy is terrible. There's nothing worse. And then to see, then we get like something worse. It's like one of those things where you're like, oh my God, I can't believe we ever thought Zeke, good old Tom Friendly, was our problem, So I do like that it gives you that man behind the curtain effect of like Wizard of Oz. Like,
Mhm.
Tom Friendly is our like wizard that's not scary, and the Ben's like the big huge thing that he's trying to be. I don't know, it's just fun.
Yeah, I think
Ben is the man behind the curtain. Is that what you're saying?
No, I was saying that Tom is the man behind the curtain, and Ben is the big, huge, like giant with the fire flaming, like who he's trying to be. So yeah.
I think it was like really interesting that Tom was putting on just such a performance to be somebody completely different, like who they thought the others were. So I found that fascinating.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
so Michael, I think you're up for one of yours.
So I have 2 remaining on my list.
Okay.
I'm going to make my case. I think the other one maybe will come up. So
Okay.
from the beginning of this podcast, I was fighting with all my heart for the amazing episode of Lost that is White Rabbit. White Rabbit is like following on from Walkabout. White Rabbit is so key especially in the Jack and Locke relationship. It is the iconic live together, die alone. It is Jack taking the reins as leader. Is when Jack finally accepts his role on the island, seeing his dead dad running around in sneakers. The scene where Locke talks to Jack about leadership and about how he's not going crazy, and the iconic quote of each one of us was brought here for a reason. And like, to me, when I think of Lost, especially those two characters, that scene between Jack and Locke is one of the key scenes in the show. I adore White Rabbit.
Well, you'll be happy to know that I also put White Rabbit on my list.
I did not put White Rabbit, but when you mention it, that is a memorable thing as well from like very early Lost. I would say like having like the 1-2 punch of like I mean the pilot was great, Tabula Rasa was okay, and then you get Walkabout and the White Rabbit that are really just like that 1-2 punch.
So I have 2 more on my list as well. I will leave one because I think Jake might bring it up. This one I don't know if it will get brought up, but I will definitely fight on this one. Homecoming. Homecoming was the showdown that is Ethan with Charlie. He's just come back. He was hanging by his neck. We got Claire back. He's like, I will kill one every day until you return her to me. It was a nail biter, edge of your seat the entire episode. And I don't know how Homecoming fell out of any of our lists, but it should definitely be included.
Yeah, I feel like we were lower on this one when we ranked it, when we talked about
why.
it. Because like now that you mention it, yeah, I mean it literally had that showdown with Ethan. Like he was seen as the first big bad, and then I don't know. I feel like for me at the time it was disappointing because I didn't know what would happen, like where we would get Ethan again, because we literally just killed him off, and it's like, oh, that kind of fell short because like we just killed off who was supposedly our big bad at the time. So that I think that was why I was a little lower on it, and then seeing where we've come and we have gotten more scenes with Ethan in between mixed in, so I'm not as probably harsh on it now.
I mean, it is like
what was the flashback? Was that the Charlie one?
Yeah, wasn't it the one where he was dating that girl and the dad was also in the band, and then he puked in the printer?
I think that's one of those where
why we didn't. It was because of the faulty flashback.
I think the on island and the flashback really don't mix. Like the on island stuff is so tense, it's so good, and it is really odd. It's a really odd choice of flashback story to go with this really tense episode where we're dealing with Ethan. Like it's a really bizarre choice. I still don't understand it. I agree. I think the on island story of that episode is like fantastic, absolute top tier. And the flashback's fine. I don't dislike the flashback. I think that's maybe why it dropped down. That's an episode that again, yeah, like for whatever reason, that's one that just slipped out of my mind. It didn't make it into my list. I didn't even think about it. But the confrontation with Ethan is so good. Jack's determination, Jack's stubbornness, like that is a fantastic episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see if Jake has the last one that I have and the last one that Michael has, because you said that both of us said that we thought it might be mentioned. So let's see.
Yeah, I already realized Do No Harm was already on the list, but I did have that one, but I realized it's on the list already, which is good.
It's hanging on. It's hanging on.
But my last one was Tale of Two Cities. So the season 3 premiere, right? I feel like again the season premieres have been really, really good. I mean, we kick it off with seeing that they're living in like a little town on the island, and then the plane splitting apart. Like I just think that again an iconic Lost scene. So
okay, not the one I had, but yes, it is very iconic.
This is why it's tough, man. Even a top 20 is going to be
I mean, we've got how many have we just list?
We are so quickly going to be knocking stuff out of this top 20, and that's going to be hard. Put to us at the end of season 3 being like, let's do a top 30 subs.
Listen, I tried to say it now. I tried to bring it up now.
No, we can't extend again.
I know.
I think the only thing that holds Tale of Two Cities back for me is it is coming off the back of the season 2 finale, we are exclusively focused on Jack, Sawyer, and Kate, and the others, which is fine. It's fantastic, and I agree. The opening for season 3 is iconic lost moment. The plane, the visual of the plane breaking above the others' heads, and Ben sending Ethan and Goodwin off to check it, is fantastic. But then the rest of the episode is them kind of living in cages. There is also the fantastic scene between Ben and Kate where Ben's serving her breakfast and he's like, the next 2 weeks of your life is going to be very unpleasant.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it's definitely one to talk about. I mean, we're gonna have to. I mean, I think that there's a couple that we all agree on, but there's gonna be others that we're gonna have to like chat about. So, Michael, what was your
even this is gonna be tough.
Yeah, for sure. What was your other one you had?
The other one I had was Deus Ex Machina.
Jesus, oh my god, I have a different one too. That's crazy.
Oh wow. Yeah, so I mean this is again like so good. This is the 1-2 punch. It's Lost so often does many 1-2 punches. This is the Deus Ex Machina in the Do No Harm. This is Boone's tragic fall from the plane. Locke, his legs giving way. They're trying to get to the plane. Seeing the vision of Luke. Luke? Who the hell's Luke? Boone. It's only Boone. I forgot his name. Seeing the vision of Boone dying. Like this episode, I remember, I think I talked about it at the time, I had this episode spoiled for me by Nuts magazine, which is like a lads magazine with naked girls in it, and for some reason they had like spoiler sections for Lost, which was so of its time.
Hilarious.
I have no idea. They had.
We're just trying to get your like movie looking on, and they're like, "Here you go."
Literally, like 20 pages of just filth, and then there was one page of Boone falling out of a plane, and it told you what was going to happen. I don't know if I did mention that. It's weird, but
that's hilarious. Okay. I don't think I'll have to fight on this one. I'm surprised this did not make any of your lists, actually. Lockdown.
Oh yeah.
Is that on there?
No. I don't think it's in the top 14.
No, it is
in there.
Okay, it's 4. Okay.
Okay, no, Kristin and
I was like, what?
Kristin and I.
Well, that's why I was like, I was pretty confident it wasn't, and I was like, how is Lockdown not up there? But okay, that makes more sense.
I was like,
we both put it out.
Well, that's why I was like, how did Lockdown not make the top? But whatever.
Yeah, it's number 4.
That makes me feel better then.
Okay. So yeah, I believe that's 11 episodes. So we have to cut out 5 of them. And then put the other 6 where they belong in the top 20.
Do we feel like the best way to do it is try and agree on ones that we don't think make the cut, and then of what we have left, agree in order?
So I know 2 that I would take off right away, and I know that you felt very strongly about Raised by Another. So I will just start the conversation by saying I think because we have Do No Harm on there, that's more of the powerful episode to the Deus Ex Machina. So I would take that off, and then I would take off Tale of Two Cities. Those would be my 2 that I would take off immediately.
Those are fair removals.
I'm taking off Raised by Another. Screen.
I already knew you were going to, so those would be then we take off 3 right off the bat. But yeah.
Okay.
I mean, do you agree with that, Jake?
I agree with the Do No Harm is definitely like the big emotional hit with Boone. So I would agree with that. I think this sets that up. However, I do think if we're trying to split hairs here to do just a top 20, I think we should probably do one of them, and it should be Do No Harm.
Agree.
All right, and then Raised by Another. I do think the Ethan stuff is really good. I think it's cool to get C into Claire. I thought her acting was really good, but I can say it's not one of my favorite episodes. It's not bad or anything.
Yeah, I came in wanting to bring it into perspective, but I had a feeling I was fine with it being not taken seriously. It's just one because you find out oh my gosh, this this psychic, maybe a psychic, maybe not also a psychic, but then he told her to get on the plane. So did he know about the plane? And then you get Ethan at the end of it, and you're like, wait, what? like your mind just got whole like tripping. So
And then it's also the same kind of argument as Deus Ex Machina, where it's really the
It's a
setup
yeah.
to like
Yeah.
what is to come. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is what Homecoming is. So, and that's why I feel
Yeah.
more strongly about Homecoming than I do about Raised by Another.
Yeah.
I agree.
And then Tale of Two Cities, I'm not gonna fight too much for. I just think that opening is really cool, and again, I think that each season premiere sets up the season pretty well. So, but I won't argue too much for it compared to the other ones.
From here, I'm gonna struggle.
Yeah, this is gonna be hard.
Yeah, so we have 8 of them. We can only pick 6, so we have to cut 2 more.
We have to cut 2 more.
I argued so passionately, but I'm starting to think like how important really was House of the Rising Sun.
Yeah.
The reason why this was one that like I was picking ones that were still really good, but I had a feeling others would be more prominent. The reason why House of the Rising Sun was the one that I picked is like we got that shock of that she's known English this entire time, but also again it's kind of in that same situation of what we've talked about with the others, that they're kind of a setup because it's more showing the growth that Jin had. So it's not super important. I don't know if it deserves to be in top 20, but it was something that definitely should be talked about because it was another thing like early on that we're like, oh my gosh, there's so much complexity with these characters. Like I feel like this is where it's like really like we're starting to see it in like those first couple episodes, obviously with White Rabbit locked out, like they're okay, we've got some complex characters, but then to like see now we're talking about Jin and Sun who were like just randomly walking on the beach, like you know what I mean, like we seem to be following. Jake said it like first episode, okay, these are our trio that we're following. We don't even talk about Charlie hardly ever anymore, so it's like that's when we're getting introduced to like these newer characters. You're like, oh, we're gonna have to like worry about all of them. You know what I mean? So I would be okay with letting House of the Rising Sun go as much as I don't want to, but I feel like we have to be picky here.
Compared to the other episodes, I would say cut House of the Rising Sun as well. Not that
I'm
it's
glad
not
it got its time in the sun again. Pun intended.
Now, this one is extremely hard, but I think I'm coming down to it as much as I don't want to, and as much as it kind of is important. I'm kind of feeling numbers.
I don't
want to do it. I don't want to do it because it is important, and it's like the premise of the show. Like we talk about the numbers so much, but I'm like looking at these other ones. I'm like, oh my god, how do we keep numbers with them?
I'm gonna, because it's so important. Like I feel like I don't know, like because we just talked about how the flashbacks aren't great for it. I feel like Homecoming should probably go out, but like I understand the importance of that too, for sure. But it's just like
I mean, and that those would be the 2 that I would probably be between.
Yeah,
I could also enter like, yeah, those would probably be the 2 that I would be between. I just think they both have things to argue about, right? So like Homecoming on Island, fantastic. 100% fantastic, like edge of your seat. Like that was when I remember watching that for the first time being like, oh my god, I'm worried about our people. Like I'm like legit, like me first time like you Jake watching being like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? The flashback is just kind of not up to par as what the on island stuff is. So I get why Homecoming could be easily done. Numbers, like I said, I mean like the numbers are always there. We're always talking about them. And it is like kind of a crucial part to the show. But I don't know if that, like the numbers itself are crucial, but like we still never so what, the numbers are bad. Like we never really got anything from that. So like it kind of felt like a filler episode of like, let's bring more questions to the numbers.
that's fair. I do think like we start getting like a look into Hurley's life as well and how the numbers have impacted him, which we hadn't gotten a super big look into Hurley in that first 17 episodes up until that point. So
yeah.
The only reason I reacted so strongly is I thought I was going to have to defend White Rabbit tooth and nail, but I agree. I think it's between numbers and Homecoming. I think actually, weirdly, it's the inverse of each other in both episodes. I actually think the off-island stuff in numbers is stronger than the on-island stuff. Like the on-island stuff of Hurley, like going to find Rousseau, Like it's fine, but the off-island stuff of the reveal of who Hurley is, I think the flashbacks of that episode are really strong, and it's yeah, like you said, we had to wait a long time for a Hurley episode, and that
Mhm.
was our reveal of who Hurley is. He's a lottery winner. He's worth
Mhm.
150 million, and then obviously Homecoming, the on island is really good, and then the flashbacks kind of okay.
Also, Hurley's
So I'm
mom.
kind of
Hurley's
I'm
mom.
I'm
Jesus.
is Carmen the deciding factor?
I think she should. I honestly think she's hilarious. Like, she should be in our next brand.
That might be Jesus calling. Oh, it is Jesus.
It is Jesus.
She's just a great side
I
character.
mean,
Woman
we
has
see, I
need.
guess the different here. Like, here's how I view them, and I'm gonna be quoting like Trisha Tanaka here. Like, numbers is like the puff piece, right? Like, it's supposed to be like okay, there's a little bit of like mystery behind this, and it's kind of dark because obviously the lottery numbers are bad, and he keeps all these bad things. But there's like kind of like these like good things about Hurley, so you're like, oh, it's kind of like upbeat, but also kind of serious. And then you have Homecoming that's like dark as hell, like just dark. So like it's just like which route do we want to go? Either way, the reason why I would say that this is probably number 20, so it's not going to be here for very long. So like,
yeah, I was just about to say, I think whatever we decide here, that is we're kind of locking in
number
the
20.
bottom place of the top 20. I really don't. I think it's so close.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I do love the. Oh, I'm sorry, Jake. I was just about to lean on the side of numbers, and I can't. I just remembered the dog shit Australian fake accent woman. Like my husband.
That's really the one that pushes you off of numbers is one scene.
Well, you can't.
How many
bees? Numbers the one scene because of the mom.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm saying a great side character should offset a terrible one.
I'm letting my
I could abstain and you guys could rock, paper, scissors.
No, it's fine. I'm outvoted. It's fine.
No, you're not. I'm abstaining.
He's abstaining.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, okay.
Why don't, seeing how that this will be number 20 and it's probably going to get bumped here very quickly, why don't we just put number 20 as number/Homecoming because they're going to get dropped. That way it's just like, we talked about them.
Okay. I mean,
because it's going to get bumped. We already know it's number 20. It's literally going to be there for like,
sure.
Like probably one or two episodes, maybe.
Okay. All right. So now it's kind of based on how we want to do the order of the rest of these. So, well, I'll put numbers and Homecoming underneath. So
yeah, and then just take them off the list below, and we can.
Okay, there we go.
That way we're both happy, and they'll have their moment in the sun for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's 5 seconds. Yes.
Will that, like, when you click below Trish Tanaka is dead, will that drop it to 16? Like,
yeah,
because obviously that's 20.
Yeah, it's set to where now the numbers will drop. Yeah,
the numbers. Also, it's currently at number 15, which is one of the numbers.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so I guess we can just go from the top of these 5 and then just see where they will fit in the order. So 23rd Psalm, obviously an Echo episode, the first Echo episode, and I'm trying to think.
What's flashes before your eyes again?
That's the Desmond episode.
Desmond.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I just could not picture that one in my head. I would put 23rd Psalm.
Doesn't matter what I try to do, Charlie. You're gonna die.
I would put 23rd Psalm,
Charlie.
In the what, Kristen?
Above flashes before your eye.
Yeah,
we can.
I would say around.
We go higher.
I would.
Didn't we already agree that it wasn't?
I think. Yeah, I think we did say that it.
So where are you? Michael? Where are you? For the rest of this list, were you thinking of just try and put them in order from because then say we're already bumped in like 15 through 20? Or were you trying to
Well,
work them into the ones that are already there?
I'm happy either way because I would put 23rd Psalm higher. So if we're looking at just from below the 14 that we already had, like I'd put it at the number 15. But if we can go higher
If we're
than
doing
that,
it that route, then yeah, I would put it at 15. But if we're trying to integrate them, then that's where I would put it.
I guess 23rd Psalm, I'm between that Flashes Before Your Eyes and the pilot, and I think that's around the area that I'd probably put 23rd Psalm.
I don't know if this is against the rules. Like, could we bump the pilot up?
I mean, we could rearrange. I think this is also the other purpose of the podcast is to rearrange if we want.
This is a discussion. We have like we're building this list by committee. Like, to me, the pilot sitting that low just doesn't feel right.
Also, in all fairness, though, it took us a minute for Jake to like get the realization that when he was putting them in there, but then he was placing them higher in the seasons, that it didn't match up. So it was more so like, I feel like there were a couple that were wonky in there.
Yeah, we can shift them around. So
let's place each episode and then look at the overall top 20 and see if there's anything within that top 20 that we think needs to be adjusted. So 23rd Psalm, give us a number.
Okay,
and we'll work out the average.
Yeah,
I won't argue with Jake. I'll put it between 10 and 11.
Okay. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, then we have Confidence Man. So this is a Big Sawyer episode.
I will argue because it's my man. I think Long Con is a stronger Sawyer episode because you really see him like why he is the con man versus Confidence Man like letting us know that he was the con man. So I would put Confidence Man after the Long Con. So wherever you guys want to place that, I'm fine with.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with that. I would say Confidence Man, honestly. I would say probably right below the Long Con is fine for now.
I was thinking if we agree to move the pilot, I was thinking that fits perfectly between 23rd Psalm and Do No Harm.
Okay.
We'll put it out. Yeah, we'll put it here for now because we'll probably move the pilot up. So
yeah, we can look at the overall list and adjust things. That's why we're here to kind of
to make it right. Yeah,
readjust.
Right. Then the other 48 days.
Now see here, this is as much as I love the other 48, and it does give us insight. High Insight's 2020 at this point that basically we don't really need any of those people anymore because they're gone. So I would probably put the other 48 maybe in the lower area here. Probably.
I would too, because the only character Bernard's the only character left from the Tailies, I believe. So
and God knows where he is right now.
Yeah, we don't even know where Bernard is.
Technically, Cindy. We have two characters left. And
okay, yeah,
MIA.
Cindy.
Sorry.
Yeah,
MIA character. I agree. Yes, the characters kind of all came to nothing, with the exception of potentially Bernard. But I think that episode is really good. I think personally, it's better than Not in Portland. I would put it just below Do No Harm. I'm fine with arguments against whatever.
I'm honestly right below Not in Portland.
Yeah, I'd be fine putting it above Trisha Tanaka.
I think it's better than Trisha Tanaka's there. I think Trisha Tanaka is a really fun episode, but I think this is such a...
It's a puff piece, Mr. Reyes. You know what that is?
The Hunting Party. Light them up, because we are putting the Hunting Party on the list.
This is getting hard.
Yeah, this is getting really hard. I honestly would be tempted to put the Hunting Party right around the top 10 at least. I think this is just a really iconic episode.
I don't think it beats Long Con.
No, I don't think so either. Look, I think it's better than Flashes Before Your Eyes.
And I'm not arguing just because it's a Sawyer episode, but Long Con was such a thing where you were like, you had zero idea what was going on until that reveal at the end, and you're like, holy crap, I just got played by a TV show.
Yeah.
Just a reminder, what is the flashback in the hunting party?
That's Jack.
Which Jack?
There's
I
so many.
can't
Like
really
this
remember.
is the other thing that's so like there's so many Jack episodes.
Yeah, I need to remember.
My vague memories of this episode was that it was, oh my God, is it the one where he has an affair? Like, I remember it being
I
really,
think it is actually. That's the
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I remember again,
Yep.
that scene being super high, but the episode overall being like, it's good, but
Yeah,
it's
it's the one
well
where he
remembered because of a really, really strong final scene. So I personally don't think I'd put it super high within the 20.
Yeah,
I
no.
think it's remembered just because of that scene.
Yeah, now that you say it, because I wasn't remembering what the flashback was, to be honest.
But also, I will say that this is the moment where him and his dad are really like coming to head too, because like he thinks his dad is sleeping with her. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
like he has that major fight with his dad. So I wouldn't say it's not a homecoming worthy of a flashback. You know what I mean? So it is a little bit stronger. So, but I definitely agree. I wouldn't put it like I would probably put it after Do No Harm.
Yeah, now that you guys
I'd
say that, I think that's a good spot
I'd
for
put it around like Trisha Tanaka.
I'd be fine with that too.
I'd be fine with either one. I can see Below Do No Harm. I could probably see it right around Trisha Tanaka too, to be honest.
Do you
No,
think the
I think
hunting
not
party?
Portland's better.
Do you think that the hunting party, just that last scene, is better than the entire other 48 days?
No.
Okay, then it goes under the other 48 days.
Yeah, no, I think back on it and it's like, yeah, there was probably more intrigue outside, like in the whole other 48 days as opposed to just that one scene. Yeah, I
think the other 48 days is like 42 minutes of incredible action. I just love that episode.
Yeah, we can put it there.
Yeah, it's like iconic episode versus iconic moment.
Yeah,
right.
I see what you guys are saying. Yeah. All right, White Rabbit. Michael's
gonna fight.
I don't know. I know I love the episode, but like this list is so stacked. I don't think I'd put super high. I don't disagree with it dropping down the way that it did. I just wanted it to still be in the discussion because I adore the episode. Honestly,
Yeah, I mean, this is like flashback is when he found his dad dead in Sydney, and then the finding water, like following dead dad, finding water.
I think it's as a whole a really strong episode, like start to finish. Live Together, Die Alone, all of Jack's childhood trauma, the relationship with his dad, the scene between Jack and Locke. I think as an overall episode, I'd put it within like the other 48 days camp of strong from start to finish. So I'd put it around that area, either above or below 104 the other 48 days. I'm not super picky about which.
Okay. I thought you were gonna put it way higher, and I was gonna have to argue with you.
No, I'm reasonable. As much as Kevin likes to think I'm unreasonable, I'm incredibly reasonable.
No, I agree with you. I would probably put it under the other 48.
I would probably put it right above Numbers and Homecoming, to be honest. I wasn't the biggest on the episode, but again, iconic moment. We just argued though, like better episode versus iconic moment. It's not a bad episode. I think there's some interesting stuff in there, obviously, as we just discussed with him finding his dad dead, and so
maybe that works out like just below the hunting party as like a
right above Trisha Tanaka.
Average.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, cool.
All right. So then we wanted to move.
To be dead in more ways than one.
So we wanted
to. So glad we did this. This is so much fun.
Yeah. I do think the pilot definitely should be higher.
Yeah, I agree. I think I honestly would probably put it. I would honestly probably put it like number 6. Honestly, like
Can I also make an argument though that you guys are probably not going to like?
What is it?
I also like when we're talking about the Deus Ex Machina and the Do No Harm being kind of the setups. That's what I view as the orientation in Man of Science, Man of Faith. So can we move one of those down?
I was literally just about to say, not
Oh,
even
thank
kidding, I think
God.
the pilot should go just below the walkabout, and I think orientation should be dropped. I
That's
actually think Man of
exactly
Science,
what I
Man
was
of Faith should
thinking.
be dropped a little bit as well.
Okay, thank God. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm
I
with
thought
you.
you guys were gonna fight me on that one, but I was like, oh dear God.
No, I completely agree.
Okay.
This is the thing as well. Like, do remember we are ranking these in isolation. We're doing it with a group of 4, sometimes 5 people. Like, it's never going to be perfect, but I agree. I think orientation, it's a really great episode, but
It's not as strong
in
as like.
terms of overall importance, I don't think
Yeah, I mean,
it
like when you're
deserves to be
looking
that
at
high.
like Two for the Road, the long con, and flashes before your eyes, I just don't feel like orientation even holds up close to those, or even
No,
I
Confidence, maybe.
personally, I would put both orientation and Man of Science, Man of Faith down towards like the confidence man, do no harm.
That's where I was thinking about putting it.
I would say
Look,
right below Do
look
No
at
We're
Harm.
us.
so in sync lately, Michael. I
Look at
love
us,
it.
Kristin. Who'd have thought?
Who would have
Not
thunk
me.
it? Who would have thunk it?
So we're saying right below Do No Harm, or
Yeah.
okay, and then we're saying Man of Science, Man of Faith lower as well.
I think Man of Science, Man of Faith is better than orientation, but that's just my opinion.
I disagree.
Okay.
Oh,
It was short-lived, ladies and gentlemen. Me and Michael.
who break up.
Man of Science, Man of Faith is the opening where we're like going
Yeah.
down.
I honestly like that episode. Like the fact that we get the see in another life, brother, and then like the fact that we get Desmond in the hatch, and like I think there's just some really crazy intrigue because we've for half of the first season we've been discussing this hatch and what could be inside. And
To be honest, Jake, the main reason I was fighting for orientation above Man of Science, Man of Faith was because of you. Like, I remember so vividly your reaction to orientation. Like, that was an episode where you were so locked in.
that's
And
true.
it's Locke they find the tape, and we're learning about the Dharma Initiative. And
Yeah.
I just remember watching that episode with you and it being like, I've never seen him more into this. And I think that's why it rated so highly on a first viewing. But so
No,
like
I'm
I'm not like it's
it down. I won't argue.
yeah. It's not a
Yeah,
hill to die on, but I think orientation is slightly stronger. Just slightly.
Yeah, I think that can convince me to put Man of Science, Man of Faith maybe right below orientation. So because I see what you're saying.
After this, I feel like this might we might be it might look good.
Yeah. All right. So that's our top 20 now. We got Exodus, Live Together, Die Alone, The Man from Tallahassee, Lockdown, Walkabout, The Pilot, Two for the Road, The Long Con, Flashes Before Your Eyes, 23rd Psalm, Confidence Man, Do No Harm, Orientation, Man of Science, Man of Faith, Not in Portland, The Other 48 Days, The Hunting Party, White Rabbit, Trisha Tanaka is Dead, and Numbers / Homecoming, which will get bumped down.
Just let them have their moment in the sun.
The last thing I think Walkabout should be bumped up above Lockdown. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but
I think they're both really good episodes. Honestly, I don't see a problem with their placements, to be honest. Like I think that Lockdown was with they had Ben, and like they had like the invisible pen like map, right, of the hatch.
I think that yes, you are correct. I think both of them are here's the crazy thing, because like now that we've like chatted about this, now Grant, I do feel like they are stronger, so don't let me finish my thought here. They are stronger than the Hunting Party, right? However, we're talking about both of them being at the very end, the iconic like drop of everything, which was what like Raised by Another Hat, like it was Locke standing up and we were like, oh my God, he was in a wheelchair. Like we find out that he was in a wheelchair. Lockdown was like at the very end, they come in and they're like, we dug up that grave and we found Henry Gale. And it's like, oh shit. So like they're okay. They're not like horrible episodes, but like like us sitting here chatting it out right now, as I'm like, those were up there because of their iconic scenes too. Like,
Yeah,
so
I mean, it's tough. To me, it just when I think about Lost, I think about Walkabout. Like I just think in
I do
terms
too.
of iconic episodes that really, in the very early iteration of the show, set it in place of what this show is. That moment is maybe the most iconic moment in all of Lost, where Locke rolls out of the thing and don't tell me what I can't do, and he's in a wheelchair. Like I, I'm not like super. I don't mind. It's only one placement, but I think when you look at the top episodes, I think Walkabout is in that upper echelon. But that's just my. I'm happy to be outvoted, but that's just my personal feeling on it.
Yeah, I mean it's one placement. I don't know. Like I can be convinced to maybe try to put Walkabout higher, but like it's just one placement over Lockdown, and I think they're both probably pretty similar. So
Yeah,
I still
that's fine.
think
That's just my personal opinion. It's not
yeah,
like what has to happen. I'm perfectly fine with it not being bumped up, but that's where I would put it.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel way more confident about this top 20 than I did when we were going into
Agreed.
this.
I'm so happy.
Yeah,
Look at this list.
I like this too.
This is a very decent list.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that is now the top 20. So if you're watching this, this was a special supplemental episode that'll go up here this week. And yeah, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Because you want to hear us talk about Lost.
Better it was without Kevin.
Kevin probably would have fought for Walkabout to be lower just because John Locke. So
Oh my gosh.
but
Anyway.
but yeah, with that, yeah, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. And yeah, we will be back next week for the next episode of season 3 of Lost here on the Tribe of Nerds.
Fuck you, Kevin.